The PS5 is home to a very small, yet very powerful list of exclusive games. There's God of War Ragnarok, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Spider-Man 2, Stellar Blade, and titles that generally look better than I do. If you've never met me in person, you wouldn't know this, but I'm actually kind of low res. It's genetic. But with all of the very powerful franchises that are being built for Sony exclusively, shoutouts Naughty Dog, I am very shocked to say that my favorite PlayStation exclusive is now Astrobot. Astrobot, are you kidding me? I absolutely love this game. This game is exactly what PlayStation has always tried not to be, which sounds kind of like an insult because it is. Oh, that's so cool, dude. This is so like wonderful, bro. It feels very childish in like a good way. Oh, nice. Let's see the swimming in this game. And he doesn't have to worry about drowning because he's a robot. That's so nice, man. It's childish, it's colorful, it's fun, and it has a theme song that you're gonna be singing in your head until the day that you die. Get out of my brain! It really is an insane thought to me that Sony finally copied Nintendo's homework, and in doing so has made their best reviewed game of 2024. Are you telling me that an official Sony game was made that isn't primarily focused on some sad, draining storyline with interactive cutscenes and lighting so low that I have to hold a candle up to my television? Fucking sign me up. It may be one of the most important games that PlayStation has made in the last few years, and I think that Sony has a lot to learn from Astrobot's success. Hell, if Astrobot wanted to run for president, I would buy him the goddamn Nikes to do it. So why do I care about Astrobot? Why is it so important? And most importantly, why is it so good? Well, I'm glad you asked those questions, me writing this script. Today we're gonna talk all about it. I hope there's nothing in my teeth. Let me see. I'm gonna check. I gotta check. Is there anything in my teeth? No, we're good. We're good. Before we continue the video, I have to take a second to talk about something that's pretty important. I hope you're sitting because this is a heavy one. On 9/12 at approximately 10:30 in the morning, I learned that this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is one of the biggest games ever made. With over 250 million downloads and 4 million concurrent players, this game is bound to keep growing as long as you download it from my link in the description. You know, nowadays, people look at video games with 20 characters in it and go, that's kind of a big roster. Well, Raid Shadow Legends has 800. There are characters in every single shape you want. We got barbarian baddies like Aina, and of course, Norse gods like Thor. I personally like Norse mythology. I've been waiting for an update for over 1,000 years. But you know what? Raid is currently throwing its largest event ever, the Asgard's Divide, where everyone, including you, my dear viewer, can get a legendary champion, Loki the Deceiver, for free by just logging in 7 days between now and October 23rd. And to sweeten the deal, if you sign up using my link, you'll get a free Grizzled Jarl. As a certified Jarl enthusiast, I can tell you without a doubt that this Jarl is Grizzled. And at level 25, you'll also get a very powerful support, the Knight Errant. So what are you waiting for? Craft teams you want out of characters you love and join me in Raid Shadow Legends. Download it from my link in the description and I'll see you in Asgard's Divide. Astrobot is a colorful 3D collectathon platformer made by Sony. Yeah, I know, the concept is insane. I thought that Sony's childlike wonder died when Max Payne was released on the PlayStation 2. Michelle! The best way that I could explain Astrobot is, it is a Nintendo game that is made for hardware that isn't being held together by paper clips and shoestring. Sure, the game takes some very, and I mean very, heavy inspiration from Super Mario sometimes, but I don't really see how that's a bad thing. Especially when the red-hatted plumber is too busy playing go-karts or partying to release another mainline 3D game. If cryogenic freezing existed, I would gladly wait 1,000 years for another Mario game. But it doesn't, so I can't. Did you know that when Mario Odyssey was released, George Bush was still in office? Yeah, it takes them a bit. Hey, get back over here, don't fact check that. The powerful hardware lends itself to not only allowing the game to be outright beautiful in every moment, but also in letting the developers be a lot more creative with the design choices and controls. But why am I talking about it? Why don't I just show you? Here's a bunch of clips of this game pulling off stuff that would make your Nintendo Switch turn into dust in your hands as if it was snapped out by Thanos himself. Oh, he left. Okay, he's safe. Okay, never mind. Okay, he's not safe. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is so sick. Get out of here, bro. Oh, that's kind of cool. Little terrifying too, but kind of cool. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Oh, what the hell? You can go smallified mode? Dude, what the hell? That is insane. My goodness, bro. This is sick! Hold on! This is so sick! This is so cool! Hold on! You slow down time and the card thrower makes you platforms to get to him? That's so cool, bro! Whoa! That's so sick, man! Yo, big bro! Big bro there. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Dude. My god. My god. Like, are you guys seeing this, man? Are you seeing this? Are you witnessing how crazy this is? Like, aesthetically? Oh. Dude, what the hell? Dude, this is sick! The protagonist of this game, Astrobot, is a cute little dude, but honestly, I wasn't a real big fan of his design when I first saw him initially. This changed almost immediately after playing Astro's Playroom, the demo that comes for free with the PS5, which was better than most actual video games. It's not only a very good time that I recommend to everyone, but it also serves as the building blocks for what this game would become. When it comes to aesthetic, this may be a preference thing that I'm about to say, but is there a word for racism against robots? Because I hate them. But even with my long-standing hatred of robot kind, the way that this game does robots is so refreshing, fun, and cool. Everything is a robot. You're a robot, I'm a robot, they're robots. There's a robot fucking genie, a robot Kratos, robot dinosaurs, and there's also real monkeys from Ape Escape. That's weird, right? Now, let's take a second to talk about gameplay because there's a lot to unpack here. Astrobot himself isn't quite as gifted as his Nintendo counterpart. He can punch, charge punch, jump, and he can kind of hover, like a much crappier version of Flood from Mario Sunshine. It may sound like this very limited skill set would become a hindrance as the game goes on, but the developers use some of the most inspired platforming stages I've seen in order to keep things fun and rewarding. Like, it's actually kind of insane how deep some of these stages get, transforming right in front of your eyes and showing that with the right hardware, the possibilities are limitless. Like, there's a boss fight here that is basically Shadow of the Colossus. We really are doing a Shadow of the Colossus. That's so crazy, man. That's so cool, bro. Oh my goodness. Dude. Dude. buddy. Get that out of here. Literally straight decapitated him. Oh my goodness. Why is Astro such a barbarian, man? And it's just a random guy you run into for one stage. To add an extra layer of complexity, the stages are also built around specific mechanics that can range from something simple like a double jump. Ooh, what is this? Ew! A pair of boxing gloves. Yo! I can punch stuff now? Sick! Oh, it's left-right punching! Or the ability to shrink down at any time. Okay. Oh, there's a little piece of something here. Oh, right here. There you go. I mean, just look at this shit. Okay. This is what gaming is about, bro. I could hear my Nintendo Switch wheezing from the other room. Normally, when someone uses the word gimmicks, it has kind of a negative connotation, but in this case, gimmicks definitely contribute to the overall experience. A lot of this game is not only made for the PS5, but for the PS5 controller specifically. Blowing into the controller, using triggers and gyro controls, or just flinging your controller around to look at stuff, it's all kind of basic, but it inspires the same feelings I felt when I played the Nintendo DS on release. It's crazy that mentioning the release of the original DS like makes you old now. The world is moving too fast. The massive thing about this game that personally spoke out to me the most was the use of the source material. Rookie Cop. Oh, that's Leon! Oh, that's cool! Solid State? Hey, it's Metal Gear Solid. Let's go. Hey! Nice. We got the mask from Crash Bandicoot. I forgot his name. I always forget the mask's name. Hey, look! Psycho Mantis. Don't know who that is. Who is that? Like forever. Did you hear that? He said you gotta believe. Look, when you hit him, he says, I gotta believe. Watch. You hear that? He goes, I gotta believe. Loco Roco. Dude. Loco Roco. Astrobot doesn't shy away from being a Sony museum. The bots you rescue on your journey are references to a lot of the big Sony franchises now, but also references to the age where Sony cared a lot more about their rated E titles. Stuff like Ape Escape and Loco Roco make massive appearances, having their own unique stage and stage mechanics. While other characters like Ryu from Street Fighter and Billy Bloodborne have their tiny moments as well. The branding in this game is so strong that the entire actual storyline revolves around the PlayStation 5 console. Astrobot flies around on a PS5 controller. You're looking for pieces of a PS5 to return it to its former glory. There is a fight scene where you're fighting a giant monster alongside a bunch of PlayStation accessories. And this list goes on and on and on and on. And I know selling out and stuff like this can occasionally make the player feel dirty, but in this case, it doesn't, and I think I can explain why. When you play games like the Burger King titles, or when you see State Farm and NBA 2K, it creates this negative feeling to the player because it's an advertisement that serves as a call to action to consume. You want Burger King burger. You want Burger Kong burger so bad. But in Astrobot, you're playing it on the PS5. You already own the shit that it's advertising. Sure, there's like PSPs and PS1s scattered about, but that's purely referential. It's not like there's a warehouse somewhere with 100 PSPs that Johnny PlayStation really needs to sell off. It's a museum of old hardware we'll probably never see again, which makes it kind of cool. And the 10-hour experience that Astrobot delivers keeps you grinning from ear to ear as it reminds you of much simpler simpler times. I really can't understand why Sony has neglected such a massive portion of their fan base. A lot of people, myself included, grew up playing games like Ape Escape or Loco Roco, but for some reason, especially recently, Sony basically stopped making things for everyone and led itself into like this dark and edgy era. There is nothing wrong with God of War. That game is amazing. I've heard good things about Horizon Zero Dawn and Concord. But where are all the goofy, low-stakes games at? The colorful sensory overloads that you can enjoy the entire way through without having to take turns with the camera guy. Games that you can see the whole time without having your vision obscured by tears. Whenever I talk about Nintendo as a company, I always speak about the moments that are made to be enjoyed. The Mario Odyssey stage where they throw you a festival and play a song at the top of New Donk City, or peering over a mountaintop in Breath of the Wild and physically seeing the adventure that you're about to go on. At this rate, I feel like Nintendo is so full of these important moments that though there's a rough experience here and there, Nintendo is the company that I'll always come back to because it basically encompasses childlike wonder, and they are stronger for it. Astrobot reminds me of a time when PlayStation was the same, releasing games like Loco Roco, where the music is sung in a language that doesn't exist so that every player on Earth can have the same experience of staring into a foreign and delightful land. In Astrobot, there's little cardboard cutouts you stick your head in just because, turtles that you can ride that make Astrobot do a unique animation, and every corner of this game screams effort and makes you believe that you are part of an entire living and breathing universe. I hope that the success of something like this can inspire Sony to fall back to being a company that cares about everyone, not just heavy and dark story-driven experiences, but also goofy little guys that just want to hear some balls sing in a made-up language. As someone who grew up with Sony as half of my childhood, it almost feels like Astrobot was the first time in a very long time that I was forced to look at that half. And because of that reason, I absolutely love this game and would recommend it to everyone ever. So I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go to therapy. I've been singing the Astrobot theme song for about a week and a half, and if it doesn't get out of my head soon, we gonna have a problem. Here's a video on the screen that I think you would enjoy, and here's another video on the screen that YouTube thinks that you would enjoy, so why not listen to both of us and click both? You can make one of them play from your left speaker, and then the other one play from your right speaker, and then in the middle speaker, you could play Astrobot. What do you say? Sounds like a good time, right? It doesn't sound like sensory overload at all. It doesn't sound like your brain is gonna explode from hearing 3 different things. That sounds great, don't it? Also, I have a second channel. Please subscribe. Thank you. Love you. Bye.